I just wanted to send you another video about Jupiter, our planet of wealth and abundance, and actually talk about where Jupiter is on your natal chart. Your birth chart is very important because it shows the spiritual energy that you're going to be carrying with you throughout your whole life. And it really shows basically the blueprint of the spirit. It shows what you were born into, the spiritual lessons that you specifically were born to take on. So Jupiter, the planet of wealth and abundance, tends to show what lessons we were born to take on in that regard, and how easy it will be for us to generate wealth and abundance throughout our lives. You have, natally, you have Jupiter and Capricorn in the 6th house. That is not a good placement. Jupiter is in detriment twice. Its effects are weakened, it's in crisis in that situation. That's not uncommon though. In families, astrological aspects tend to be inherited, just like any other genetic trait. You know, if you have a parent with brown hair, you may have brown hair. If you have a parent with bad wealth and financial aspects, you may inherit bad wealth and financial aspects. Unfortunately, in our family, bad wealth and financial aspects seem to run through the whole family. And we also have a lot of aspects that show cycles of wealth, as in building wealth up and then losing it all, building it up again and then losing it all again. And that tends to show up on both of our parents' chart and Becky's chart and my chart. So it's definitely something that runs through our family. Anyways, Jupiter and Capricorn, number one, Capricorn is the sign of Saturn. So right away, Jupiter gets restricted in Capricorn. Its abundance, its wealth is greatly limited and diminished here. It has to fight 10 times as hard just to do a simple thing that somebody else could do, you know, very easily. Jupiter and Capricorn, you're fighting for your finances from day one. There's one of the other elements of this aspect is that there's a real need to have a mentor here, a real need to have somebody discipline you and show you the path that you should walk. If you don't have a mentor, then oftentimes when you become an older, established male, you'll feel the universe calling you to in turn take somebody else by the hand and show them the path to career abundance, show them the path to financial abundance. The universe very much functions in the ways of mentors and proteges, and people feeling called to share what they know. So there's a very good chance that at some point in time you may need to don that hat for somebody else. There can be a lot of delays, setbacks, failures when Jupiter is in Capricorn, ideas that never get off the ground. Capricorn wants everything to be very real, very practical. It tends to fill us with self-doubt and fear, and it tends to sabotage our attempts at success. So Jupiter has all these wonderful, big, bold ideas, and then Capricorn comes along and says, that's not going to happen. Make it more realistic. You know, let's diminish this. Let's take it down a notch. Let's not try to have wings and fly away on this. You're going to have to fight where you find Capricorn. So when it comes to starting a business, when it comes to maintaining an income, Capricorn urges you to fight, fight, fight. You've got to, everything is a fight where this is in regards to. Capricorn is the universe's way of training us to be a fighter. It's the universe's way of saying, I'm not going to give you anything easily here. You're going to have to fight for everything you have. And if you have it, I may take it from you. Capricorn is where we have that warrior's instinct driven into us. Capricorn and Saturn are generally considered the great teachers of the zodiac, and that tends to come out here. The universe may restrain you, may give you failures, may take what you have. Where Capricorn is, that's because it's teaching you these lessons. One of the primary functions of Jupiter and Capricorn is that you have to learn how to manage your resources effectively. There's a need here to be responsible with money. There's a need here to be a manager of your resources, to claim your inner authority, to be a leader, to be decisive, to have a vision. These are things that the universe is training you to do through Saturn. The other thing I should point out is Capricorn is the sign of middle age. It's the sign of past 40, past 45, maybe even past 50. Where we find Capricorn, we generally find great rewards later in life. It's when we're first, when you're younger, a Capricorn is usually where you'll find your greatest difficulties. As you age and you mature, Capricorn is kind of like the horn of plenty. It will unlock things for you. You'll find great bounty and great rewards, but you have to earn it first. The universe doesn't want to just hand you these things. Capricorn is generally where we're rewarded later in life. Esoterically, spiritually speaking, Capricorn is an extremely powerful sign because of its inherent links towards Saturn. One of the big issues here is that Capricorn functions as the dweller on the threshold, meaning that it becomes the sum total of negative karma that you have left to break through. It's the crystallization of the spiritual forces that are holding you back. It's your unconscious behavior patterns that are destructive. It's your unconscious belief systems that are sabotaging you. It's the universe's way of saying, here, this is everything that is stopping you from hitting your spiritual destiny, embodied in Capricorn and Saturn, and good luck. Here, take it on. This is where you'll meet it. This is where you meet the karma you have left to fight through. Generally, what Capricorn wants from us and what Saturn wants from us is to break through our attachments to the material form. And in families where you see these destructive financial aspects, go from one generation to the other, that's also generally what the universe is asking you to do. It's to break through the illusion or the Maya of the physical form and accept basically the holographic universe, accept the spiritual reality versus what you can see with your eyes. It's to let go of the ego's need to have, to possess, and instead align yourself with the spiritual will to good and create financially beneficial circumstances, but to do so because the spirit is asking you to do so, not because you have this ego that you want to hold and possess things with. And that's a very tough lesson, but it tends to be what Capricorn and Saturn are asking for us, this break through the attachment to material forms. I think that's it. Oh, the only other thing is Capricorn itself is the mountaintop, the greatest achievements and success you'll likely have in your life. So where we find Capricorn, we're being called to establish overall life goals. So again, the more you have a clear vision of what it is you're trying to accomplish, the more of wealth and that horn of plenty will open up to you, the easier Capricorn and Saturn will be on you. With your Saturn return going on until your birthday at the age of 32, your entire sign of Capricorn is activated and invigorated on your chart. So all of these Jupiter concepts of wealth and abundance versus needing to break an attachment to the physical form, and free yourself from that, liberate yourself from form matter so that you can instead serve the spirit. These are things that you're probably thinking about all during your Saturn return. And Saturn has a way of taking things from us during its returns, and that can be romantic relationships, finances, career opportunities, businesses that don't get off the ground. But everything Saturn takes, it's because it wants you to say, hey, break this attachment to the ego. You're attached to the personality here. Let's let this go and instead liberate the self into the spirit. That's what Capricorn really wants above all else. But again, if you learn to function with a greater sense of management, inner authority, and leadership, and have a greater vision for what it is you're trying to accomplish overall, not just in terms of money and career, but in your life, that great mountaintop, Saturn and Capricorn will be much easier to work with. So, that's it.